everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Cancun, Mexico at the WBC convention, being joined with Anthony Dirrell. We're both just mentioned we are sweating like crazy because it's muggy as hell here. Anthony, man, you had your fight with David. How you feeling since the fight, and what'd you make overall of how the fight ended up going?
I feel good. I'm recovering from the cut, but I thought I was winning the fight. Leading up to the cut, it kind of blurred my vision. I couldn't see, but I didn't stop. I kept going. I really wanted to keep going. My corner thought they should stop it. It started getting hit with some unnecessary shots, but I would love the rematch if he's willing to do it. We can give the fans really something to see. It was an excellent fight, hell of a fight. And it should have went on, but unfortunately the cut happened. But like I said, I'm ready.
It's a bummer because it was a good fight. I thought it was a very tactical fight.
Yeah.
You did a lot of things in there that really made him think and really complicate things for him in there.
Yeah, that was the game plan. You
boxed well. You boxed excellent.
That was a game plan. People don't think I can box. People think I just go in there and get hit with an unnecessary punch. But I went in there and stuck to the game plan. I was doing it for 6 rounds to the 6th round and kind of end of the 6th round where I got cut. But like I say, I was in full shape. Second half of the fight, it was going to be a turn on. But like I say, things happen. You have to take the wins with the losses. David Benavidez is a champ now. And you got to respect that. And I'm just looking for the rematch.
What'd you make of him as a fighter with his skills and that facet of what you saw in there that night?
He's a good fighter. He's a decent fighter. Like I said, I got hit with a jab. Unfortunately, it cut me. Not too many people get cut off jabs, but I say he's a decent fighter. He's a champion. He's a champion for a reason. He beat me. He beat a champion. So, like I say, I give all respects to David, but I would love the rematch if he'll give it to me.
Was there anything in the fight that surprised you about him that he brought that you weren't expecting from him, or he did exceptionally better than you were thinking he would do?
No, he did everything that we thought he would do, and that's why we were so effective boxing him. He came forward just like we thought he would come forward, and I was hitting him just like I thought I would hit him. But like I say, I got hit with a good shot. I'm not taking nothing away from David. He's a hell of a champion, and I would love to do it again.
If you guys do have a rematch, have you thought what you would do differently, or how would you approach a rematch with him?
I got hit with a few jabs that fight. Everybody's seen it. I think that's what I would take away from him. I think that was the only really punch that he really was hitting me with. But I would just take that away from him and just stick to my game plan of what I was doing. And for that, if we get the rematch, that'd be the second half of that fight, and I'll just take it on for a 12 round.
It's a bummer because the last fight you had with Yildirim in Minnesota, you got a cut, and then this one you got a cut. It's like 2 back-to-back fights, you get cuts.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I say, it's boxing. You get hit, you get head-butted, and you got to take them. You got to take, like I say, you got to take the wins with the loss. You got to take the cuts. If you don't get cut, it's just like any other thing. You keep going, you keep fighting, you don't give up, and you'll be victorious in some instincts. But the last fight, I wasn't.
A lot of people with his win, David's win over you, want to see now him matched up with Caleb Plant. Now you turning into an analyst, because you do analyst work as well. How would you see David against Caleb Plant?
It'd be a hell of a fight. I mean, Caleb Plant is a boxer, and as everybody's seen, a boxer it really gave David problems.
You felt you exposed him?
A little bit. I think I put a little blueprint out there. I couldn't go 12 rounds, so you couldn't really get the full effect of it. But I think I gave him a slight blueprint to what it takes to beat David. And do he have to come back and change his game up a little bit? I think so, because he's a come-forward fighter. He's a fighter that just comes and want to fight. And I don't think Caleb Plant does that. I think Caleb Plant boxes effectively, and it'll be a good fight just to even see.
When we spoke to you during our fighter meeting, I believe, in Minnesota, you had mentioned that this year could potentially be your last year. Are you still thinking that?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about if I get the rematch, then yeah, we'll go on. But it's a big thought in my mind on what I should do. I'm fine physically. I'm fine.
I was gonna say, because you look good in the fight.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine physically, but it's a time that you need to do stuff when your body tells you sometime, or you just want to do it. With this game, you have to get out before the game puts you out, and you got to think smart. I want to keep my wits at the end of the day.
When do you think you'll come to that conclusion or that decision?
Just seeing what the future holds with this rematch or another big potential fight.
What would be another like big potential fight, you think?
Just another championship. I think I'm still. I think with that fight, I don't think I lost any credibility. You know, with the performance that I put on. Just because I lost my title, I still label myself as a champion because, you know, I went in there. I think I was beating them for that fight. You know, was it close? Yeah, I think I was up by 1 or 2 rounds, but I was still coming on at the end of the rounds, and I think I'm still there and continue for another title shot.
I think 2 fights that would be pretty interesting to see you in would be Eubank Jr., because he has a belt, and also BJ Saunders. I think, you know, that those would be really good, like technical chess match type of fights.
I think that it'd be good. It'd be good fights too. I think with BJ, I think it'll be tough because of the different networks, and everybody knows that it's just tough to make a fight, you know, with 2 different networks. But me and Eubank, that'd be a great fight. You know, I would love to fight, like I said, another champion and regain another belt.
Let me ask you this: we've seen Canelo moving up from 168 now to 175, fighting Sergey Kovalev. What's your take on that fight? Is he jumping up too much weight?
I think Canelo wins. It just all depends on how he fights. But if Kovalev come in there and fight like we know how Kovalev fight, it's going to be a tough fight for Canelo. Canelo is faster, but I don't know if he had a lot of power. Is he smarter? I think so. But like I say, that's a hell of a fight. But he's jumping up 2 weight classes, and that's bigger than 160 or 154. It's a little big, but I think Canelo still pulls it out.
You think he stops him? The body?
I don't. I really don't. I think Canelo is powerful, but I don't think Canelo hits harder than some of the 178 pounders that Kovalev have fought. You know, I still think he still, you know, can take his punches and keep coming.
Even if it's to the body? That seems to be like the equalizer for like any weight is like the body, right?
But somebody got to be effective. You know, you got to punch hard to hurt a guy that at 178. You're coming up from 160. That's 2 weight classes. It's tough. You know, especially that's like a guy coming up from 154 fighting me. It's gonna be tough. 168 pounds because we hit different. We can take hits different, and we're gonna keep coming. If you don't hit hard enough where he respects you, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a long night for Canelo.
So say, okay, in that instance, you're fighting a smaller guy naturally. He touches you and you're like, this is nothing. At that point, what, you just pressure? And you
just respect for him. You keep cutting. Yes, you do.
So at that point, you make a decision, I'm just going to walk through this guy.
Definitely. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to intimidate him to make him not think that he got it, to make him he not getting hurt off that, and just question himself over and over again. Once he keep doing that, it's just gonna be it's gonna be trouble.
Anthony, man, it's always good catching up with you. Thank you so much, and look forward. I know I'm going to see you at one of these shows as well. Here with Anthony Dirrell and Marcos Villegas in Mexico.
Snack has played a huge part in my training camp. The protein, the ZMA, everything. The pre-workout has played such a major part in my training camp, keeping me healthy, keeping me recovered, keeping me feeling good, strong, and ready for my next workout.